Let's be real for a second. Nobody, and I mean nobody, walked into Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City expecting a classic. Tunisia were already out, done, eliminated, mathematically dead before kickoff. And the Netherlands, they just needed to handle business. 3 points, top of the group. Move on. But what actually happened in those 90 minutes? That was something else entirely. Because this match, this dead rubber as everyone was calling it, turned into one of the most chaotic, deflection-filled, emotionally strange nights of the entire World Cup. And if you blinked, you missed the first goal. We're talking 120 seconds into the match. That's it, 2 minutes. Denzel Dumfries drives forward down the right flank with that trademark aggression, sends a low, hard cross whipping across the 6-yard box, and Tunisian captain Ellyes Skhiri, trying to clear it, slaps the ball with his foot directly into his own net. His own net, the captain. In the second minute, Kansas City explodes. 60,000 fans dressed in highlighter orange going absolutely insane. And Tunisia looks like a team that just had the ground disappear beneath them. Now stop right there, because you need to understand what this moment represents. This isn't just an early goal. This is a symbol of everything that went wrong for Tunisia at this World Cup. They arrived here having fired their coach, their head coach, after just 1 game. First time in World Cup history that's ever happened. 7 different coaches since 2022. 7. These players showed up to the biggest tournament on the planet with no identity, no system, no stability, and now their own captain is putting it in the wrong net before the crowd even settles in their seats. 5 minutes later, 5th minute, Tijjani Reijnders floats a free kick to the back post. Virgil van Dijk rises, nods it back across goal, and Brian Brobbey is right there at the near post to power home a header. 2-0. 5 minutes in, the Dutch orange wave in the stands just turns into a party. It's 2-0, and the match has barely started. Brobbey's 3rd goal of the tournament, by the way. 3rd. This kid has been an absolute force all group stage long. And with Virgil van Dijk commanding everything in the air, with Frankie de Jong and Reijnders pulling the strings in midfield, and with Dumfries bombing up and down that right flank, the Netherlands look like a machine, organized, ruthless, efficient. And then the rain comes. Not just a drizzle, a proper downpour. The kind of Kansas City summer storm that turns a football pitch into a puddle. Lightning had already delayed the Dutch fan walk to the stadium. These fans showed up looking like a river of orange, flooding the aisles of Arrowhead. But once the storm passed, this match turned into something even more dramatic than what the weather was delivering. Because Tunisia came out in the second half with something to prove. 54th minute. Hazem Mastouri redirects a corner kick, guides it into the net. Goal, 2-1. Suddenly, out of nowhere, this dead rubber just got a pulse. The Eagles of Carthage refuse to go quietly, and for a brief moment, you start wondering, is this going to get interesting? But football gods are cruel sometimes. 62nd minute. Jan Paul van Hecke, already a standout performer in this tournament, sends in a powerful header from a corner. It catches Anis Slimane on the head, and it deflects into his own net. Another Tunisian own goal. That's 2 own goals in 1 match. 2 in a single 90 minutes. And here's the brutal irony. Both times, the Dutch didn't even touch it for the final deflection. Tunisia literally scored for them. 3-1. Game over. Story told. And now look at the broader picture, because this is where the context absolutely destroys you. Tunisia scored 1 goal in 3 World Cup matches. Just 1 real goal. And they conceded 12. 12 goals against. 5 to Sweden, 4 to Japan, 3 to the Netherlands. It is the worst goal difference of any team in the group stage. And after that opening match humiliation, the federation panicked, sacked head coach Sabri Lamouchi mid-tournament, and brought in Hervé Renard mid-competition. It didn't work. You can't build chemistry in 2 weeks. You can't build an identity in 1 training session. 7 coaches in 4 years. This was the inevitable result of that chaos. Meanwhile, across the city, in Arlington, Texas, Japan and Sweden are locked in a 1-1 draw. And that draw is actually what seals everything. Because the Netherlands and Japan went into this final matchday level on points, level on head-to-head, level on goal difference. The only tiebreaker separating them was goals scored. So the Dutch needed to score more goals than Japan, and they did exactly that. 3-1 here, 1-1 in Arlington. Netherlands win Group F. Ronald Koeman's team goes through as group winners. They now face Morocco, the Group C runners-up, in the round of 32 on Monday. Japan, finishing second, gets the considerably harder task of playing powerhouse Brazil, 2 very different roads out of this group. And for the Netherlands, this was exactly the kind of controlled, dominant, professional performance a tournament contender needed to deliver. Yes, 2 of their 3 goals were own goals. Yes, they took their foot off the gas after the first half. Yes, Tunisia pulled one back and gave them a moment of anxiety. But in the end, 3-1, top of the group. Unbeaten, moving on with confidence. The star performers, Brian Brobbey continues to be unplayable in this system. 3 goals, relentless pressing, clinical finishing. Tijjani Reijnders was everywhere in midfield, dictating, pressing, creating. Denzel Dumfries on the right was a constant threat from start to finish, and Virgil van Dijk, playing through heavy rain, managing a completely lopsided match, was commanding as always. The nation of Johan Cruyff and Marco van Basten has never won a World Cup, but watching this Dutch side, organized, dangerous, deep, you start to wonder if 2026 might finally be their year. As for Tunisia, their World Cup is over, but their real problem starts now. A federation that has shown 0 stability, 7 coaches in 4 years, a national team without a clear identity. None of that gets fixed overnight. The Eagles of Carthage have real talent. Individual quality exists in that squad, but talent without structure is just wasted potential. If they want to compete at the 2030 World Cup, the rebuild has to start now. Real stability. 1 coach, 1 system, time. That's the story of Tunisia 1-3 Netherlands. A match that started in 2 minutes of pure chaos, played out through a Kansas City rainstorm, ended with 2 own goals, and sent the Dutch marching into the knockout stage, while Tunisia heads home with pride but no points. Netherlands, Group F winners. The Oranje are hunting.